Recording.
I feel like if I put my phone away and if I turn off the screen, will the camera still be on? It says it is, but I feel like the last time that I did that, it didn't. I don't want to record the whole video only to find out that it didn't record. So I'll just leave it on. I'll put it in my little glove compartment. I was planning on going downtown like I always do, just because it's super nice out, and but I don't know. I feel like I kind of want to do something different. I like going downtown. I like going downtown because of the energy that it gives me and that it gives off. You know, it's bustling. There's stuff going on. I know I'm on a major road here, so obviously there's stuff going on, but I don't know. And also being by the lake is cool. You know, it's nice to see the lake. I've been busy with work and stuff, so I haven't made a plan yet for like individual neighborhoods and stuff like that. I'm going to probably start that on my vacation in a couple of weeks. So until then, I'm just going to continue to ride around. And it's beautiful outside today. I mean, it was a gorgeous day. Of course, I was stuck in a meeting all day. Oh, that was cool. Yeah, I was stuck in a meeting all day, so I didn't really get to be outside much. So I'm going to take advantage of it now. It's nice out, and it's like super pretty. There's no clouds in the sky, but it was only about like 70 today. So right now it's like 67. I'm sure it's just going to continue to drop. So I do have a jacket on. Here's this guy that passed me on the right. But I could also take another route into the city. I don't know. I mean, I want to go out to the lakes again. I think there's a lot more I could show you about lake country, rather than just like the commute to get out there. Plus, everything's going to take a lot longer on this than it would in a car. For me to get to work is about 25 minutes. And that's from basically 60th and Cleveland to the Highway 83 exit in Delafield. 25 minutes in a car. If I took it on this scooter, I haven't done it yet, but my guess is it's going to be an hour. So double the time. I haven't done the north side. I don't know. I probably should to get more neighborhoods. I'm not very familiar with the north side. And quite frankly, I don't feel all that comfortable riding a scooter on that side of town, if I'm being honest. I don't know, some people may feel a certain way about that, but I just don't. I mean, there's parts of the south side, too, that I don't really feel comfortable in. I mean, I've ridden through them plenty of times now, so I'm, like, used to it. I just make sure I'm aware of my surroundings, but I don't know, I feel more safe on the south side than I would on the north side. And it's not so much just driving through, it's when you have to stop at a stoplight at an incredibly busy corner or something, and there's people everywhere. The one thing I will say about living in the city is that my trust level for people has gone way down. Yeah, to the point where I just assume that people are out to get me, I guess. And that's probably not a good thing. I've been trying to fix that now that I'm working out in Delafield. I can already see like such a difference in clientele. And I don't know, I'm a lot less stressed. I come home like still feeling energized. Whereas when I was in New Berlin or West Allis, there were plenty of times where I just was like burned out. Let's turn on Greenfield. I guess we are going to go to the lake because I honestly didn't know where I was going and I was kind of just going. But I want to turn on Greenfield. We'll take Greenfield into the city. I think we did actually. We must have, because that's right. Greenfield has construction. So, okay. Well, that's fine. We can take National. National is just up a couple of blocks. We do have open carry in Wisconsin. We also have concealed carry if you go through the class and you get a permit. And I have my concealed carry license, so I probably should start carrying more often again. I don't know, for whatever reason I haven't for a little while. It's not easy really to conceal carry in the summer, especially on a scooter where your shirt's flapping in the wind. I mean, today I probably could do it. Oh, here's another guy illegally passing me. Man, people are just rude today. Today I probably could carry because I have a jacket on. I always carry a knife. But there's another scooter. But yeah, I will say that that's something that I've noticed by being in Delafield is that my mood is definitely a lot better. I feel a lot more energized. I feel a lot more positive. So that's definitely a benefit to moving stores. It's a good feeling. It'll probably help with my mindset being in the city too, because I do like being in the city. I like being so close to everything. Like right there's Miller Park. Right? So if I want to go to a Brewer game, boom. Oh, there's a cop behind me, so it would have been nice if he could have caught that guy passing. This is 43rd Street, or Miller Parkway. It's still called that. Probably won't be able to read it on the sign, but it says Miller Parkway. This is Komatsu. They just built a new headquarters downtown in Bayview, actually. Well, the Harbor District. It's a pretty big deal. We drive past it quite often, actually. It's hard to see, though, because of the railroad tracks. Very large company here. They make like large-scale mining equipment. I think it's pretty interesting. We do have quarries here. I had to make an educated guess, my guess would be that the majority of the quarries here, around us here are for granite. But I could be wrong. There could be some others. So yeah, National turns into kind of a commercial strip. I mean, it isn't a commercial strip its entire length. Oh, my phone's ringing. Should see who it is. Ugh. Nobody that I know. So we will turn that off. Oops. Like the worst place for me to get a phone call. The street is terrible. This is 35th Street. We've got the 35th Street Viaduct. National is kind of the furthest north road along the south ridge of the Menominee Valley. Cancel.
Cancel.
So yeah, we're kind of like the furthest north main road. And it says Silver City welcomes you. Don't know what that means. First time I've heard that. So we had the Cubs in town over Memorial Day weekend. And I don't follow sports like super close. But I know that at least on Memorial Day, they won. So, that's pretty cool. I'm going to a Cubs game later this year at Miller Park. I have a little bit more confidence to pick up speed. Got to start dodging all these potholes. But the way people have been driving, it's a little difficult to be confident in what the people are doing behind you. I do have mirrors, so you probably see me looking down on the camera every once in a while. I am looking at the mirrors, but I have big blind spots, honestly, unless I look behind me. Here's another good example of where the camera is only so good. I mean, it is good, but it's got its drawbacks. So right now ahead of me, of course there's a bus, but beyond that is the Hone Bridge, and it's pretty obvious orange color ahead of us. And I could see it perfectly, but I'm betting you can't even see it on the headset or on the camera. I probably also should figure out how to eliminate some of the all the bumps in the video. How to make the camera more steady. So now I'm in an interesting state because I gotta get around this car, but the other car was there's a lot of food trucks in Milwaukee. I've noticed them just become like more and more prevalent, which I think is cool. I haven't eaten at any. I should. I don't carry cash. I'm assuming, I mean, it's 2024. I'm sure they take cards. Maybe I am a little bit skeptical about some food trucks. But we have like food truck parks in Milwaukee. There's one at least. Zocalo, I think it's called, in Walker's Point. There's another one of the viaducts. I believe that's 27th Street. No, that was 16th Street. It's kind of what I was thinking, actually. I don't know. We just passed 27th Street. Definitely better routes to get east. But yeah, there's some harder neighborhoods in the inner city. I don't know, Milwaukee, I feel like if you're downtown on the east side and like the surrounding neighborhoods, it's really nice. And then as soon as you get past those first neighborhoods outside of downtown, it gets really bad, and then it steadily becomes nicer and nicer as you get further away. The north side, I would say the bad area extends further away from downtown, whereas on the south side, it's I mean, we've seen it. We've been driving through it. Where I am on 60th Street, it's pretty nice, I would say. I mean, I don't think it's... Obviously, I live over there, so... And it's nice quite a ways east of there, too. I would say even up to, like, 43rd. It's still pretty nice. Even further than that if you get further south. Got some Harley riders. But on the north side, you got to go pretty far. Like pretty much to the west, you pretty much have to go to Wauwatosa. There's a couple of nicer neighborhoods like Washington Heights and Washington Highlands, but we'll just take National as far as it can go and see if we can go see the lake. I don't remember if we'll be able to see... We'll probably be able to see the harbor. We're not going to be able to see the lake. Here at the corner of 2nd Street and National. Stenny's. And first, we've driven over here plenty of times. We'll have our good view of downtown. There's another food truck. This La Miranda right here, I've heard really good things about their food. They do like, oh, what's the word? Starts with a P. I can't think of it right now. But it's like smaller dishes. Maybe it doesn't start with a P. I don't know. Well, this is where... Excuse me. This is where National ends. And we've got... We'll do some driving around over here. This is kind of a grittier area. This is where the Paddle Tavern goes out from. This is like the harbor area. As you can see, it's pretty industrial. We'll go over railroad tracks here. Ugh. Ugh. That's the end of that. Airplane coming out real crazy. There's another road that's probably Greenfield. This is the port area, so we'll go back. I've honestly never been over here. Interesting. I mean, the harbor's literally right on the other side there. That's where the Paddle Tavern goes out. Paddle Tavern's like a pontoon, and you got somebody who's driving, who's a designated driver, but then everybody else is like drinking, but they're pedaling with their feet. That's propelling the boat. We've got those in the river, and then we've got them also like a pedal tavern. That would be like a bike, but it's mostly like a cart. Been over here before by the boat launch. Some guy fishing down there. Maybe not. Yep, he's fishing. Always nice to see the harbor. We went over by the lighthouse last time, and we saw another scooter gang. I should have talked with them. I'm kind of regretting not talking to them, but I don't know. I'll probably look around online for like a scooter club or something. If you come over here on this side, this guy's just parked here, probably smoking weed. But yeah, you can kind of see. Oh, you can see a boat going out, like a boat cruise. Vista King. Yep, the one I haven't been on. There's a sailboat out there. Cool. Alright. I think the other place that we haven't been that's by the lake, it's a nice day out. We should go by the lake again. We can go into Veterans Park. Because we haven't gone into it. We've driven by it on like a Memorial Drive. But yeah, I'm guessing in the next 10 years all these buildings will be redeveloped into condos and apartments. Because they've already got it going over on this side. Like, these are luxury apartments over here. And then we'll go across into the third ward, and those are of course really expensive. Catalano Square is packed. Packed. It's a nice day out, like I said. I mean, it's a little chilly riding on the scooter, but yeah, there's a ton of people out here. But we're in the third ward. I've been spending a lot of time over on this side of town lately. I'm not going to go through a yellow, but I'll turn on yellow, or on red. Another scooter parked over there. Have we ever driven on Jefferson? I don't know that we have. We'll turn on Jefferson. So we're kind of on the east side of the 3rd Ward, where we haven't really gotten a ton of action yet, but it's inevitable. And then you got this big freeway that just cutting you right off. I mean, I could probably go through that little alleyway there, but it's probably not legal, so I'm not going to do that. We'll just, guess we'll go to Lincoln Memorial Drive. Salvation Army right there. Fred Astaire Dance Studios. Could turn on Van Buren. We'll do that. Now let's take Michigan, because I don't know that we've ever taken Michigan either. Streetcar just went past. I haven't seen the streetcar over on this side of town. That's my first time seeing it go to the Cocher. We're going to go see it. There it is. Streetcar underneath the Wisconsin Center, or U.S. Bank Building, or whatever they call it nowadays. I'm going to have to wait for it. That's okay. Don't know why it's going straight. Not legal to go straight. There we go. So it's going to go into this new Cocher building. It's not even done yet. It's our tallest residential building in Wisconsin. They're supposed to have this like really big LED screen right down here on this corner, this wrapped around this corner. That'll be cool to see. Yeah, that'll be like a streetcar terminal. It's a pretty cool building, not gonna lie. Could go straight up to like Harbor. What's that place called? The restaurant, Harbor View. And I could drive around by the art museum. There's a lot of people playing in the fountains and at the park, probably taking pictures, it looks like. I don't know if it's going to turn. Oh, it did. Okay. Well, I'm going to go straight because I don't think we've driven over here either. This is kind of like our museum district. I've never been to this Discovery World. It seems pretty cool. I'll have to go sometime. Oh, there's pictures being taken down here. Here at Wisconsin. A lot of sailboats out. Looks like a wedding. A pretty cool place to have a wedding. Very pretty. You probably can't see it from here. I can, but you probably can't see it from here, but on the corner over there, so you'll see Veterans Park beyond the wedding, and then there's Columbia St. Mary's Hospital and the North Avenue Lighthouse across the bay. Smells really good over here. I did not eat yet, and dang. Smelled like garlic and steaks. So if you turn here by the art museum, you go into their parking lot. Oh, maybe not. Maybe this one comes around. We'll go this way. Why not? Pretty cool lakefront here in this big park on the lakefront. You can walk pretty much the entire lakefront in downtown. Right at the lake. I mean, there is a breakwater. A lot of people by the art museum here. You got the War Memorial above the art museum up there. Oh, I got a green light. Look at that. All these people on Lincoln Memorial, and I'm just diddle-daddling around. This is Mason Street. Comes over and then connects at the lakefront up here. We've taken that a few times. This area right here, I don't know what they could do, but there could be something done here to make this like quarter-mile stretch a little bit nicer, because you're kind of blocked off with the bridge coming down. And then we got Veterans Park. There's a ton of people out there. Well, I won't say a ton. Wait till the air show. This place will be absolutely insane. I can't wait for that. I love the air show. It's like my favorite part of the summer. I went to EAA last year. It was my first time ever going, and that's in Oshkosh, so it's only like hour and a half, 2 hours away. And it was really cool. The only reason I didn't stay real long is, one, I was by myself. I couldn't find anybody to go with me, because it was kind of last minute. And two, it was like 100 degrees outside. And I didn't bring a chair, so I was standing the whole time, and I sweat a lot, so I was just drenched in sweat and ready to just go home and be in air conditioning. But it was awesome. I thought it was really cool. Alright, let's turn into Veterans Park here and see what's going on. Girl was really cute. A soccer game being played? Rugby. Looks like rugby. Yeah, we're pretty lucky to have a park like this at our lakefront and have such a beautiful lakefront here in Milwaukee. Not only does it offer awesome views of the downtown, but it just offers a lot of recreational space for people right here in the heart of the city. Come down here by the kite store. There's a kite store. And this is about as close as we can get down here. Good amount of people out. Well, that's Veterans Park. You've got the southern slips of the marina right here. Awesome view of the city. Yeah, I love Milwaukee. Such a cool city. I wish it was a little bit warmer. Like 15 degrees. Then it would be perfect. It is definitely cooler down here by the lake. We'll continue north up the lakefront here, and we'll go up into the city a bit. Why not? Crap, I hope I'm still filming. Yeah, see, I don't know if it's still recording. I'm worried. I looked at my phone and I stoplight up here. I'm too distracted by my phone. Some stuff went down at work today, and good amount of people at Collectivo. Yeah, and people are texting me, so yeah, I mean, it looks like it's still recording. Nope, it died. I guess we're back now. Well, oh well. We're gonna do what we can do here. It could just be that it restarted a new one, because I'm probably at 37 minutes. I think that's like 37 minutes is where the clips end. And then it starts a new one. Guess we'll find out when I get into editing. That dog just sprinted down the hill. That was cool. This is the road that brings us up into my favorite neighborhood. We're not going to turn that way, though. Turning right would be my favorite neighborhood. We're going to turn left and get over here. You probably can't see anything because I can't see anything. We're close enough. We might as well go see what North Avenue is doing. Yeah, the more that I'm driving around downtown, the more I'm starting to feel like maybe I'm feeling more drawn to it again. And I'm in the process of looking at buying another property, and there's one for sale, like 2 or 3 houses, well, probably like 5 or 6 houses down from me. And I was thinking it'd be kind of nice to have 2 properties that close, you know. But I don't know. It'd be kind of nice to be on this side of town again. Granted, it would add like another half hour to my drive, probably. Which, honestly, wouldn't be the end of the world. If I'm happy living down here, I think the big thing for me is that when I used to live down here, there's another scooter parked right there. That was cool. It was yellow. when I used to live on this side of town, I couldn't afford to do anything. I was in college, a broke college kid. They put windows on that bar. They redid the whole thing. Dang. It used to be my college hangout. Hooligans is jumping. Yeah, North Avenue is busy. I feel like I would have so much more fun over here now that I can actually, like, afford to enjoy myself. And there's beautiful women. So I really got to think about what I want to do as far as this next property. Doesn't mean that I can't move down here after I buy this next property either. But the city's drawing me back in. For a while, when I was with my ex especially, I was thinking like I wanted to move out to the country. And there are a lot of aspects of living in the country that I like. But I think I would miss the city too much. I like the convenience. I like being able to walk to things. I like being in the middle of stuff and like knowing that even if I'm by myself, I can go outside and there's stuff going on, you know? I can always go on a vacation and be alone in the middle of the country. And I suppose you can go on vacation or drive into the city too on the weekends or whatever, but I don't know, there's something about living in the city and having that energy around you at all times. We're going to turn on Humboldt here. One neighborhood we didn't really drive through a ton is north of Brady Street, between Brady Street and the river. We could do that right now. What do they do here? Add some, like, scaffolding or something? I don't know what that's all about. So you got Milwaukee River here, the famous Bel Air Cantina. And I'm going to turn on Water Street here. There's like a photo shoot going on over there. This is probably one of the more dense neighborhoods in the city. These are all multi-family homes. Some of them are single family and like luxury, but most of these are single family or like duplexes, triplexes. Got one of our lower income housing projects right here. It's not a one-way. Warren here is, I actually looked at buying a house on Warren a long time ago. Didn't work out. But, that's a nice one, Cream City brick, and they're renting. That's the biggest issue on this side of town. Parking. Parking is the worst. So you just hope and pray that you have a garage. So they're going down the stairs towards the river. Yeah, you pray that you have a garage or an off-street parking. A garage is like a luxury on this side of town. But off-street parking, definitely want that. And then, worst case scenario, you have decent street parking by you. So I guess we'll just continue to follow the river. We're going to come right back up where we started, actually, on North Avenue, which is okay. Yeah, right ahead of us is North Avenue. Oh. Because remember, we went over the river again. It kind of curves right there. In front of us is UW Milwaukee dorms. I think these are sophomore dorms. Oh, they're probably still freshman dorms. But this is one of their newer ones. And across the river is another set. I could go right back down on right back down north and take Farwell. Or I could take Oakland. Oakland would give a better idea of that neighborhood. I feel like we've definitely taken Oakland before, but kind of give an idea of that neighborhood a little bit more, since we didn't go down any of the residential streets. Well, we did, but like the regular. And Oakland's still a main road here, so. But it ends at Brady Street, or just before Brady Street. I used to live on Irving, on Prospect and Irving, in a one-bedroom apartment. My most vivid memory of that apartment was I was supposed to be going on vacation with my mom and my sister and my brother-in-law to Las Vegas. And I was supposed to get up early in the morning. I had a cat at the time, a different cat, and bring him out. I forget where, but I was dropping him off to be like cat sat. And the window, I always put my phone in the windowsill. When I went to sleep, and I used my phone as my alarm. And so, the window condensed overnight, though. And my phone was sitting in a puddle of water, and I never woke up. And I missed my flight. It was also like a terrible blizzard that day, too. So I had to deal with that. It was a mess. We were supposed to get to Vegas. My sister and brother-in-law, they went, and they got there on time. But my mom waited, because she hadn't heard from me. Everybody was worried. Yeah, Brady Street's really busy. Can't see anything, but my mom and I ended up getting another ticket later in the day, and we didn't get there until like it was 6 or 7 o'clock at night. It was late. Brady Street's always really busy in the summer. This is Worst Bar. My buddy owns that. He owns the Brat House. There's 2 of them. We've seen it in Shorewood and then on 3rd Street. And then he also just opened up Worst Bar here on Brady Street. He's a part owner with a few other guys. They've done really well. Brat House is well known in the city. I'm happy for them. I remember going there way back in college. They got really good brats. 2-for-1 beers. I mean, the sun feels nice, don't get me wrong. A lot going on. I say though that now that I can afford to spend money on stuff over here, and that is true, I definitely can. But I've been on this journey for like the last 5 years of, oh dude, of paying off debt, and I paid off all my student loans, so I've got one student loan left. And unfortunately, really didn't want to do this, but I had to borrow from my home equity for a car, which I don't agree with, but I couldn't keep driving the car I had, and I needed a new car. So, anyway, I should be paying off that and my last student loan, hopefully by the end of the year. And I don't know, I've been on this journey for, like I said, for like 5 years of paying off all my debt, and the only debt I'll have left after that is my house, and of course if I buy another property, that house. Kind of followed Dave Ramsey to a certain extent. I don't agree with everything he says. Like, I think there's a difference between good debt and bad debt, and I think if you're buying multifamily real estate and they're cash flowing, and you have doesn't even really matter what the interest rate is. If it's cash flowing, I feel like that's a good investment. The house I currently have, of course I live there, but I'm already making good money on it, and I've only owned it for 3 years. So the fact that I have a mortgage on it really doesn't scare me. And in the market that we're in, I really just don't think that I'm not going to have a tenant. And even if I didn't have a tenant for, I don't know, a couple of months, I just don't think it would be the end of the world for me. I have enough in reserves and stuff like that. But anyway, what I'm getting at is that I'm totally not in the spending mindset anymore. It's hard to spend money on things. There's been things that I really wanted, and I might even put them in my cart on Amazon or whatever other website, and it'll just sit there for months. And every so often I'll log on and I'll see the cart and I'll kind of contemplate it, and maybe I'll watch some videos on it, and then it's hard for me to spend money. I've gotten so used to saving and loving seeing my debt go away and just the financial success that I've had. I think it's just so much more satisfying in the long run. But with that being said, you've got to be able to enjoy life. I wonder who's playing at the Paps tonight. Decent amount of kids. Doesn't say it on the outside like some of the others. So yeah, that's something that I definitely have to work on, is being able to spend, not like crazy, but to be able to enjoy life and not always be worrying about saving every single penny I can. Like, enjoy life now, because you don't know what's promised. I mean, crap, I heard about this guy that, he was, my cousin's husband's best friend. He just died in, like, a mini bike accident. Like, such a innocent way to go out, too, and it was so sad and tragic. But he was only in his early 30s, you don't know when your last day is, so can't keep living for tomorrow. At some point you gotta enjoy what you've got right now. And I think that's part of why I was okay with buying the scooter. Yeah, in a way, it was to save money on gas, and it has. But honestly, maybe I didn't realize it at the time, but I get so much enjoyment out of riding it, and now making these videos. It was totally worth the investment I spent in it. In the grand scheme of things, it wasn't all that expensive. I think it was like, after taxes and everything, I think I paid like maybe $13.50. What the heck is this guy doing? Don't know what he was doing. But then I bought this helmet. This helmet was like $350. Oh, I think there's I hear sirens. I don't know if they're behind me. I don't see them. I'm going to keep going until I see the sirens. It's probably an ambulance or a fire engine, because there's a police car right there. I think it's an ambulance. It turned. Yeah, pretty busy out, honestly. I mean, it's nice out. It's Thursday night. But I think I'm going to get home before it gets dark out, because I'd like to enjoy some time at home outside. I really should have cut my grass. That's what I should have done. Cancel. Yeah, I should have cut my grass, but it's alright. I don't have a lot of gas left either. I mean, I can easily go for a while yet, but I don't want to push it. I didn't even look at my gas gauge before I left. We've turned down Virginia here plenty of times. I don't know how often we've gone down First. I'm trying to think of different ways to get home, but not a ton of different ways. I mean, there's a motorcycle behind me, or to the left of me. It's a little chilly out now too, so well, should we take Greenfield back? Should we take National back? Should we take Lincoln back? Mitchell? Oklahoma? I kind of talked about a lot of random stuff today. It wasn't really... Oh, shit. I'm sorry for the swears, but that was a intense one. Yeah, I was kind of talking about some random stuff today, but turn here on First instead of taking Kenny Connect, because then we're just going into Bayview, and I could go through Bayview. I could turn on Mitchell here too. Let's turn on Mitchell, I like Mitchell. It's a nice street. We're going to be going back into the sun anyway. Probably not going to be able to see anything. So maybe Oklahoma would be easier. I can't continue on second. Second ends. See, like this neighborhood. Like, it's right next to one of the most up-and-coming neighborhoods in the city, Walker's Point. And yet, I wouldn't want to live over here. I don't know. It's kind of sketchy. If I was closer to the river and 3rd Ward in Walker's Point, yeah, of course. But, yeah, over here, no. Nope. Right by the freeway. And then once you get across the freeway, even more so, no. It's pretty. It's definitely a pretty area. And in time, my guess is that this will just be gentrified as well. So eventually this will probably be one of the nicer neighborhoods again as stuff just gets pushed further out. I'm not going to say I'm for or against gentrification. I think it's inevitable. I don't know that, like, there's any other... Like, I think that's just the way that the free market works, you know? Like, the money's going to flow to where things are desirable and where people want to be and what people want. And the trends are turning into people wanting to live in a walkable neighborhood, and we have those here. But right now, they're kind of in a little bit more seedy neighborhoods right now, you know, like right here. Here, let's take Forest home. Let's do that. Cut the corner. We haven't taken Forest home this way, I don't think. Forest home goes on an angle. It starts right here at Mitchell, and it goes on a diagonal. It goes southwest. So, kind of goes towards where I want to go, and away from the city. Kind of like, you can kind of think of Milwaukee in a sense of like, yeah, it has a grid, but then it has these main roads that are like spokes, like on a wheel. If it was a circle, it'd go all the way around. But of course, we have Lake Michigan to the east, so it can only really go one way. Either north, northwest, west, or southwest. And this is one that goes southwest. A couple other notable ones would be like Loomis, which is south of us right now, and then got National, Beloit. Towards the north you have like Lisbon, Fond du Lac. Those are the two big ones that I can think of. Oh my God, look at all these potholes. I bought a car from here once. Very sketchy. It was a terrible car, probably the worst car I've ever owned. A Mercury Cougar, and the sunroof wouldn't work, so it was like stuck open, and I had to wedge a towel in there so that it wouldn't rain in my car. And the reason I eventually got rid of it was because the transmission was going and I couldn't go in reverse anymore. Which, let me tell you, living in the city, that was difficult. It was so difficult not having reverse. Luckily, it was a small enough car that like I could just put my foot out the door and push myself backwards in neutral. But man, there were times where I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And you really had to think about where you're going to park. Like I couldn't parallel park. I don't know. It was terrible. It was one of the worst experiences I had to deal with as far as cars go. I've never owned a new car, and I probably never will. I don't know. That might change someday if I end up doing a lot better than I expected, I guess. If I have money to burn. But even still, I don't know. I think in my mentality, like, I feel like a new car is the worst investment you can make. And I've never had a problem with just getting a couple-year-old car. Well, most of my cars were like over 10 or 15 years old when I bought them. And even the car I just bought is 10 years old. But it's the first car that I've owned, I think, that's had less than 100,000 miles. So to me, that was kind of a milestone. And I think it's the newest car I've ever owned. I mean, obviously, the cars I own are continuously getting newer, but I mean, like, closest in date to when I bought it. Yeah, definitely. Because the last two cars I owned were a 2005 and a 2006. And I bought the 2005. Well, yeah, that was probably a 12-year-old car when I bought it. But the 2006, I just bought that last year. And it didn't last very long. But that's okay. I didn't pay a lot for it. It did what I wanted to do, so I was happy with it. I still have it, actually. I'm trying to sell it right now. But yeah, I just kind of... We'll go through Jackson Park. Oh, I can't. Never mind. Road's closed. I more so think of a car as like just something to get me from point A to point B. And don't get me wrong, I like nice cars. I think they're cool. But, I don't know. I'm not as big into them as I am into other things. And usually I'm more focused on just like, it's something to get me from point A to point B. I was a little particular on what I got this time. I wanted an SUV. I wanted something that was maybe a little, at least the size of my last SUV, if not a little bit bigger. Because I like having the space to be able to have, put, you know, haul stuff on the inside of it. Not only that, but also, this car doesn't have a hitch, but I could put a hitch on it pretty easily and tow something. I don't know if anybody even watches these videos. It doesn't seem that way from the views, and I'm sure nobody cares about what I'm talking about, but I don't know. I'm going to keep doing these videos until I decide not to, so... But I do need to make shorter videos, and like neighborhood-specific videos, more based on like the real estate and stuff like that. So that's going to be my goal for my vacation. I may even put off the trip to Chicago and just focus on that. I would say I'm comfortable enough with Chicago as far as like the Loop, West Loop, River North, and South Loop. I'm pretty familiar with that area, and a little bit in like Wrigleyville, but I'm not super familiar with the Chicagoland area. I've driven through it many, many times, and you know, if I'm using GPS, I'm fine, and if I'm just on the freeways, it's one thing, but like city streets, and yeah, I am not even close to as familiar as I am with Milwaukee. Like I've said in past videos, you could pretty much plot me anywhere in the Milwaukee metro and I could figure out how to get home. Chicago, not even close to the same. I mean, I feel like eventually anybody would figure it out. If you keep going east, you'll get to the lake. But, oh, I got another phone call. Never when I'm at another potential spam. Whatever. So, I definitely want to get down there. I think it'd be a lot of fun to ride down there. I know it would take me a long time to get there. In a car, it takes about an hour and a half, so it would probably take me, I'm going to say it would probably take 4 hours, depending on the route that I took. And more likely than not, I'm going to want to see stuff in like Racine and Kenosha and in some of the neighborhoods along the way. But I don't know. We'll save that for when I have a less busy vacation, because I've already got a lot planned. And I don't have like a long stretch in there where I can spend time away. So, yeah. That's about it for today. We'll see you on the next one. Little kid loves my scooter.